Bitcoin blasts through 70K. Is this the relief rally we've been waiting for, or just another bull trap? Let's find out. Welcome back to FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Right now it's about 4:45 p.m. Eastern time, and the price of Bitcoin is currently at $69,430. Before we go over the top-down analysis, I want to go over this winning trade I gave you guys yesterday on the 1 hour chart. Gave you guys this falling wedge at around $66,000 with the measure move taking us to about $70,374. We made it all the way to $70,096, pretty close to the whole measured move. Congratulations whoever took that trade. This is a big win for the FlexCandle community. That's almost a $4,000 win there. Now let's start off with the weekly chart. Yesterday we closed a red candle, but today, as you can see, we're starting to get a green engulfing candle. The stochastics RSI are starting to point up. Let's see if this doesn't eventually roll over. The RSI is also starting to point up, and the 21 moving averages right now is at 87,953. We're kind of far away from it after having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks in a row of red candles. Maybe we're primed to get finally a green candle up, and maybe we could finally move towards this 21 moving average. I've been calling a move to the 80Ks, 85Ks around there for a couple of weeks. Maybe we finally get it this time. Currently right now the 50 moving average is at 98,810. Always told you guys I don't think we're going to go towards this 50 moving average until it's below 100K. We're finally below 100K. Let's see if that ends up happening now. We head over to the 6-day chart. Let's just look at the stochastics RSI really quickly. As you can see, we're starting to point up. We're still above this 200 moving average at 64,921. This is very important. The 21 moving average is at 83,670. Again, let's see if we can make it up towards that 21 moving average. 5-day chart, the stochastics are on the way up. What we really need to do is start getting above this 200 moving average at $73,104. 4-day chart, the stochastics look like they wanted to roll over, but again, now they're starting to point up as well. 3-day chart, we're starting to point up. On the 2-day chart, which is where I have the bear flag, we are toppy here, but hey, maybe we could drag here for a little bit. If you guys take a look, I do have this in a bear flag. I still don't want to get too happy because technically we're still just within this bear flag. We could technically roll over with the stochastics being toppy. Let's see what ends up happening when the 21 moving average, which is at 73,181, interacts with price. If we could get above with strength above this 21 moving average, maybe this bear flag will be negated, and maybe instead of it being a bear flag, it was always just a bull flag. As you can see, this green pole here. Let's see what ends up happening with that. The daily chart is also starting to get a little toppy here. We still haven't pierced the RSI above 50 here. One good sign is that we are above the 21 moving average. Let's see if we can end up closing the candle this way today. That's in the next 2 hours and 12 minutes. Ideally, what we want to do is get towards this 50 moving average. As you can see, there's a gap here in the VRVP, and this is possible that we could float from here to over here. We could possibly make it to about 77,343. And the 22-hour chart is looking good as well. The stochastics could go either way here, but the RSI is pointing straight up. We just got above the 21 and the 50 moving average. This candle is about to close in the next 12 minutes. It looks like we will be closing above the 21 and the 50 moving average here. On the 8-hour chart, stochastics are getting toppy, but we are pointing up here. We got above the 21, the 50, the 80, and now we're trying to see if we could pierce through this 100 moving average at 70,399. This is where we have heavy resistance. If we could pierce through that, then I feel like we could get close to 80K. As you can see, the VRVP, there's a gap here. There are some levels here too that will block us. I know we will have some resistance at 74K, at 76, at 78, but right now the big monster is 70K. On the 4-hour chart, stochastics RSI, we're on the way down. We went back up here and we're close to the 200 moving average at 17,449. If we could finally get above this 200 moving average with strength, this will be the first time that we did that since we lost it all the way around January 19th. We have not been able to get above the 200 moving average. This will be big if we could get above this. If we get rejected here, then it could signal more downside. Remember, I gave you guys this crazy slanted complex inverted head and shoulder here, and I always gave you guys the measure move to taking us to 82K. That's technically still alive, even though I gave up on it. I was telling you guys maybe this also could be a double bottom, and if we could get above the 200 moving average, that double bottom would be playing out. On the 1-hour chart, this is where I gave you guys yesterday the falling wedge. The stochastics are toppy. It looks like we want to do one more curve up. The 21 moving average is kind of far away. It's at 67,300, but it looks like maybe we might be going here sideways. sideways, waiting for the 21 moving average to catch up to price, and then maybe we blast up. Looks like we're forming some type of a flag here. So I think this might be the next move that will be bullish for us. Let's create this flag, and the measured move to this will take us to about 74K, which is where I've been telling you we would have the next big resistance if we could get above 70K. This is probable as long as we could stay above this 21 moving average and obviously above this 200 moving average as well. Let's see if the 21 moving average touches price, and then we blast up from there. And on the 15-minute chart, stochastics are starting to get a little toppy here. We're starting to get a little bit rounded out here on the RSI, but look at this. I'm liking this. We flagged here, we touched the 21, and now it looks like we're going to make another move up. Hopefully we don't double top here at 70K. This could be an M pattern, then we fall down since this is toppy. Look out for that. One top, maybe we create another top, we come down, maybe test the 50 moving average at 67K, and then maybe we blast up from there. Or maybe this is it. This is like a falling wedge, and we're going to blast up here. So right now, as long as we could break above 70K and hold it, I see us going to 74K. If we get rejected at 70K again, then I could see us going back down to test 67K, 66K, and even 65K or lower. All right, guys, so that's the breakdown. If this gave you clarity or a setup to watch, do me a favor, like, drop a comment, subscribe. And if you have a stock or crypto you want me to go over, drop it in the comment section. This is FlexCandle, where we read the candles and flex the moves. Catch you on the next chart.